Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel, where I share trainings, walkthroughs, and insider tips to help travel advisors build confidence and book smarter. Tonight's training is all about how to create 30 days of content, and we're going to get it done in 60 minutes, probably less because we're pretty good at this, right? But our plan is to get it done within 60 minutes, of course. But I'm going to show you how to plan, organize, and even schedule your posts quickly so you can stay consistent without spending hours in your day creating content. You like that, right? All right. So if you're live here, make sure you go ahead and drop a quick hello so that I know that you are with me. And if you happen to be catching this on a replay, make sure you comment hashtag replay so that I know that you stopped by. And of course, while I'm removing all of this stuff, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also to tap the bell so you get notified when I'm going live. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. Like I said, 30 days of content in 60 minutes. What are we going to talk about? We're going to cover the tools that we will use, talk about different types of post types, and we're actually going to choose them. So get a pen and paper, okay? We're going to choose times and post. We're going to set up the calendar. I'm going to show you all different things tonight. We're also going to talk about creating the actual content so you can do the scheduling process and just some tips and tricks. And guys, guess what I have tonight? Gifts. I have a lot of gifts. Do we like gifts? You are going to leave here with all of the tools, even some handouts, even a calendar. Like, I got it all for you tonight. So make sure you stay to the end, okay? Because that's where I'm going to drop the really big gift. But for now, we're going to start handing out this calendar here. So this calendar is for November because we are in October, and I like to do this training with you guys every month because if it like holds me accountable. All right. So I'm holding you guys accountable because we're going to plan our content, but you're helping me too. So you see this calendar here? I'm going to give it to you. So first thing that we're going to do though, when it comes to gifts is going to be this calendar. Now, I like to use this calendar so that basically I can go in and see what's scheduled each day. I'll show you a full example at the end, but I always like to give you guys this calendar because we do these every month. Okay. If you're new to this, we always try to plan our content together at the end of the month so that we're ready to go. This time we're doing it early, and we're going to do it early next month too, because it's the holidays and we're busy. So we need to get ahead of the schedule, right? We have way more important things to worry about, like holiday deals and all of that. So if you want this calendar, okay, let me know in the chat. Just put calendar and I'm going to comment it. If there's no interest in it, it's okay. No harm, no foul. But this is just a great way to visualize it. And I'm going to share it to you guys like a template link. So let me show you. But yeah, if you want the calendar, just comment calendar and I will share it. Let me open it first. So it looks like this, and it's going to be a template link. I'll copy it and I'll post it for you guys, and then you'll be able to go in and edit it yourself, okay? Now, this doesn't probably make a lot of sense right now, but let's just wait till the end, and I'm going to show you exactly what to do with this, all right? So if you want the calendar, go ahead and comment. I'm going to head to my studio real quick, and I'm going to post it in the chat. Be right back. All right. You guys should have it now, okay? If not, I have it for you at the end too, okay? So don't worry. So let's go back into our training, shall we? Here we are. All right, so we are back into where we were. You guys got the calendar. Let's keep going. All right, so tonight we're going to actually be setting up the content that you guys are going to be posting next month. So we're going to go over several different tools. The most popular one we're going to use obviously is ChatGPT because it's going to write all of our captions, etc., very fast. We're also going to go to Pexels. So Pexels is great to grab copyright photos. So I'm going to show you guys that. You can also use Unsplash if you want. They're the same thing. We're also going to get that calendar. We're going to talk about that. We're going to use it tonight. And we're going to talk about different deals from suppliers. So I'll show you guys a few of them that, we can kind of go over. Okay. And then Meta Business Suite as for the scheduling, and maybe any other schedule that you might use that can also be used for tonight. Okay. So you'll do the scheduling, of course, that part of like putting in the times and stuff. I'll let you guys do that on your own, but I'm going to at least give you the tools to do so and exactly what you need to put in. Okay. So those are the tools that we're going to use. Now, the first step of this, and I'm going to do this with you guys tonight. Normally I just go and do it afterwards, but I'm going to do this live with you guys tonight. So the first step of this is going to be choosing your post types. Now, if you are new and you're just now starting to post, you will choose one or two to make of your own, okay, from each of the slides, and then write them down or make a note. I try to do, as somebody who's advanced, I try to do at least 4 to 6 different posts, but I'm going to give you different types of posts on each one. So just pick 1 or 2. If you are new, then just stick to like 3. Okay. No, don't overwhelm yourself. But for advanced people, I've been here for 3 years, so I'll give you an idea. Go ahead and choose about 4 to 6 different posts so you have a good variable, because what I've learned is that sometimes I don't like the ones I pick. so, so does anybody else do that? Like you start planning your content and you're like, oh no, that's not gonna work. So just pick 4 or 6. All right. First one we have is going to be reels, short videos. These could be resort tours, POVs, which is point of views, or destination teasers. So that's definitely going to be my number one post. I don't know about you guys, but that one's going to be mine. So I would go in there and I would do like 8 a.m. Oh, no, here. I have a little Google Doc just like this, okay? And no, I cannot share it with you guys because then we're posting the same stuff. I'm going to put everything in here, but I'm going to show you exactly how I do it so you can go and imitate it, okay? So I'll come in here and I'm going to do, I like to do 2 types of reels throughout the week. So I'm going to do destination reels, okay? And then I'm going to put a slash in there because I also like to do half of just like they're not really like they're like point of views, but they're also going to be a little bit of like why book with me. Like it's just very simple aesthetic, like somebody on a beach, and then like I'll put words on top of it. Like that's what I call point of views. Okay. So at 8 a.m. I will do all of these. Now I like to set it up by the amount of hours that I know like I'm going to post. So I know exactly what to expect when I'm planning. And then I could just go like the day 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now, this obviously won't work for the reels because you have to save the videos. But when we start doing the actual post, you're going to post like stuff like this in here. Okay. So in here, we have destination point of view reels. I like to keep my post within a few hours of each other so they can not compete with each other. So at 11 a.m., we need another one. And then for me, I will also do 1 p.m. And I will go and schedule all of this for the entire month. I sit down, it takes me about 4 hours to do. It's not that bad. And then I do a 3 p.m. Now, if you don't like those times, another few times I can suggest is like 5 to 6 isn't that bad. But if you're going to do videos, always do your videos in the morning. They just work out better. But anything past like 7 or 8, I just feel like doesn't really work that well. So nobody's really like, you have to think when you go on Facebook at the end of the day, what are you seeing? Everything that's been posted from this morning. Then you get to the end of what's been posted now, right? So you want to kind of keep it fresh. So like 3, 4, 5 is good because that's when they start scrolling, you know, but you don't want to be too late because then you're not going to hit the people till tomorrow. So let's just kind of keep it early. Okay. In your business, you're not supposed to be posting at 8 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? So just do whatever you want, but you guys get a rough idea where I'm going. Okay. So that is what one. Now I always try to say pick at least 1 to 4. So let's see, or 4 to 6. So let me see other ones. I feel like I always will do a why book with me too. Mock booking flyers and supplier deals. Now this one is great. I'll show you guys. You can do those in Vax, but you have to wait. Because they're not going to release the actual November ones to the end. Like they don't release the November stuff to the last day of the month. Like they will literally wait till it expires, but you'll notice some trips expire before the end of the month. So you can still go in and grab those, but that's just what I've seen. Okay. So we have before and after transformation posts. That means like before you booked with me, after you booked with me, before you used a travel agent, after. Also, why book with me. I always, always, always do why book with me. So why book with me. And then I'm also, let's continue. I'm going to show you too a couple other things that I'm going to do, but that is going to be the big 2 on this one for me. Okay. What are you guys thinking? Do you guys like to do stuff like reels? Do you guys like to make videos? I'm going to show you where to get some really good ones today so you don't have to make them, but you do still have to edit the video so you don't get copyrighted, of course. But we have reels, shorts videos, which are resort tours, point of views, destination teasers, before and after, transformation post, why book with me, mock booking flyers, and supplier deals. You want to go see what those are? Now, if you do mock booking flyers, here's the thing. If you do that, it's only going to last a few days. So if you're going to set up that you want to do a mock booking flyer, like every week you want to do a mock booking deal, then you're going to have to leave your schedule open. But at least you can go in on like a Sunday and then post your mock booking flyer for the week and then have it posted a few times, right? Because we like to reuse content here. So If I make 7 posts, I'm still going to use that same post probably every Monday, because why not? They're not going to see it every Monday. I post too much, right? So I'm heavy on reusing content, especially if I'm mock booking. It's good for a few days. Just put the deposit if you can, and it will last a little bit longer. So lastly, with supplier deals, let me get out of here real quick. One of my favorite places to get like videos and supplier deals in general is going to be Vax. So log in. But inside Vax, we can go to ALGV, and right here, ALG Vacations, they have like their own little separate like side of all of the stuff combined in here. So under ALG Vacations, if you go to ALGV 360, goodness, and it opens up everything. So in here, you guys are going to be able to see flyers. You're going to be able to see videos. This is just a great place to grab those mock booking flyers if you don't want to do an actual mock booking or any videos in general or images. So let me show you. So in here, this is ALG V360. You do have to make a login for it, but I just put whatever. It doesn't even match my back office. It's okay. They have a lot of videos, a lot of images. I like to use their videos a lot. They have different styles. So like just the hotels. These are just destinations. And then these are just Vax stuff. So here's some good destinations. If you guys want to do destination teasers, they have new ones. They come out all the time. Look, Dominican Republic, Hawaii, Maui, Punta Cana, yeah, Dubai. I have a lot. So make sure you pay attention to the video style. This one's up and down. This one, on the other hand, is like sideways. And then these are picture. Well, it's a video, but it's like an Instagram kind of video, if that makes sense. And so those are the different styles that you can. Not all of them have that. Some of them just have one or the other. So pick a few of these if you want, or if you want to do the actual resorts, you could do those too. They have a lot of them. They have a bunch of Hawaii stuff because that's kind of the deal that we're doing for the month. They have Ryu, Hotel Ex Parte, more Ryu, yeah, Iberostar, yeah. So check those out, okay? So those are just some good videos. If you go back to the home button, they have all the different vendors in here too, but you can find the same pretty much flyers for each one. They just change the logo, mind you. So pay attention to that, okay? But you can get the flyers from here too. Current promotions. So this is obviously going to be for October, so we'd have to change it. But let's see, they have a Europe sale. So if you open it like this, it's an entire flyer, and you can customize it if you want to. Okay. So feel free to use those, but make sure you wait till the end. Like this one, see October to the 23rd. So on the 23rd, they're going to get new promotions, or the 24th, basically. You know what I'm saying, right? So that's how you work with the ALGB. All righty, thank you. Let's go back. Get rid of the counter. So, okay. Next sets of post. So from here, if we don't get it by far, you should pick 1 or 2 from here. Now we're gonna pick 2 more. Now these are the top rated travel posts. So I'm giving you guys different options to choose from. Okay. They are rated in order too, just letting you know. So the next ones that you guys can choose from are going to be personal travel content. You're on vacation, behind the scenes of your trips, client testimonials, or booked this. Yep, that's what I'm about to do. I get a lot of hits from booked this post. I'm gonna give you some tea. I get a lot of hits from the booked this post. They like those because they like to see you winning, and they want to book with a travel agent that's winning. So all of the travel I've ever booked, hear me out, I will say, yeah, I booked this. Yeah. And you don't even have to put a just book this. You can just put that you booked this, and then you could talk about it and how you saved your clients money. I don't care how you do it. Okay. If you have not booked anything, then I want you to just post like screenshots or deals, or if you were to book this, this is what it is. Okay. So you can still flip this if you need to. But if you've booked something, you better be telling everybody what you're booking. All right. Lastly, we have countdown and flash sales. So these are really good because it creates urgency, but you're going to find them in like weird spots. Like they're not going to ever be like a whole month long. They're considered flash sales, right? So you'll find them like on Royal Caribbean. They'll have a 3-day flash sale. It's very popular with cruise lines. Now, resorts, sometimes will have flash sales, but they normally last a little bit longer. So you will find those inside Vax. You can find them inside their actual like vendors. If you use like Vacation Express, they have the deals, right? So any of those work, or they're considered flash sales. You easily can just screenshot them and then send them out too, right? They don't have any restrictions for us to use that stuff. Get in there, get the deal, send it out. It's easy to do, but make sure you know the dates for those deals, okay? If you get a flash sale that has like a certain percentage off, that works better than actual prices too. Okay, so pick one of these. Now I'm gonna go with what's this. So I'm gonna come over here and I probably will do this. Okay. You know what? Actually, let me move that later in the day. There's something else that needs to go there. I don't know what it is yet, but it just doesn't feel right there. Do you guys get the idea of what I'm doing? Do you guys feel comfortable with this? We're not done yet, but do you guys, everybody good? Okay, let's just make sure. Let's see. Present. Next one. Ooh, that's what it was. I knew there was one that was missing for me. Okay. Top types of travel posts. Now we got travel tips and did you know? This is one of my best ways to post on social media because people love travel tips. So I do those a lot. We also have theme days, which is like Tip Tuesday, Where to Go Wednesday, Fact Friday. You could do any of those. We also have interactive post and travel memes. Now you see how it's listed number 9? There's a reason for it, okay? A lot of the times those interactive posts, they don't work at first because you haven't built engagement enough to get there. So I honestly recommend doing at least one type of video throughout the week, so that therefore it's automatically going to be something that they will see as it grows in your reach. Like when you see reels, you guys understand that like it's growing to you, right? Like you didn't just happen to stumble upon that. That video has been doing well. So I've been doing this a lot on my Travel with Dash page, and my videos do better because it's bringing that reach, which is going to help stimulate the other posts, right? But engagement posts and interactive posts don't work until that's already happened. So if you feel like you've posted these and they don't work, that's okay. Just change it to another one. You can always come back and choose this one later. All right. So for me, I think I'm going to do Travel Tip Tuesday, or not Travel Tip Tuesday, Travel Tips in general. But for right now, since we still have more options, I'm just going to write it down as like a maybe, so I don't forget. Okay. Next. All right. 10, 11, and 12. So I think I have like, yeah, I think that's it. So you guys pick one more from here. Okay. So number 10, we have inspiration travel quotes. These are great for Instagram. If you focus heavily on Instagram, they like aesthetics. It doesn't work too well on Facebook. Sometimes it will, but it's more personal, I think, when it hits on Instagram because that's their kind of setup, inspirational, right? So you can easily do these with some travel quotes. You could do some branded scenic backgrounds. If you guys go to your Instagram app, you can do Meta AI, tell it to create a beautiful background for you. You can just put some quotes on there, you're good, right? So you can make several versions of this post. You can make them inside Canva. You can honestly even make them in ChatGPT. Tell ChatGPT to make it. So there's several different ways to do that. If that's something that is like, inspires you, like you want to be that type of creator, then include that one. Point of view travel post. So I know I've already talked about these, but sometimes they turn into carousels and sometimes they turn into photos. So when you think of point of view, I don't want you to think just that. I don't want you to just use it just for that. Sometimes it can just be random, like point of view. I booked your trip to Italy, or here's what your camera roll looks like after just talked about yesterday, right? We talked about high converting content. So I gave you guys a lot of ideas for that. That's a point of view post. You guys can find it in there. Okay. If you missed my training from yesterday, let me know at the end and I will send you guys that because I actually gave you a guide too at the end of that one where it tells you exactly what type of post to make and how to make them. It's pretty cool. So, number 12, deal flyers with real perks. Now, I'm not talking about like save thousands of dollars kind of. I'm talking about like, on Vax, when you check into a certain resort, it gives you like inclusive amenities, like upgrades, flight deals, whatever. So if they book a cruise and the flight gets air credit, you could do stuff like that. Now, I know that it's going to kind of seem like it runs together with the other deal flyers. But this one, I want you to understand, highlights perks. Sometimes people don't care about price, they see more of what they're getting. So if you can do a post with highlighting the perks of a trip or perks of booking with you, resort credits, upgrades, kids sell free, that's what I'm referring to. Okay. That has to be a whole separate different thing. Can you include it in both? Absolutely. But you need to put more of an emphasis on the perk side because not everybody cares about the prices. Some people just want to, upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. It's worth it to them if they get more value out of it, right? This is a value post. So I can't really find any other ones that I like. So I think that's going to be my top four, man. I feel like I do these a lot. I think I do this more often than I probably should, but I like these types of posts. These just do well for me. So maybe that's why I like to typically use the same types of posts each month. So now we have it set up like this. Okay. If you picked your top four, you want to put them in the chats to inspire other people, go for it. But these are the ones I'm going to do. Okay. Even if you do the same ones as me, it's kind of actually okay because we're not going to have the same content. ChatGPT doesn't remake the same thing. So it's okay. Okay. But let's get into the actual next part of making it, shall we? Next. All right. Now we got to go into choosing your posting times and frequencies if you haven't already. Let's decide how often you want to post and when. How many times do you guys want to post a day? Now you see mine, I'm doing 4, but I'm advanced and I actually have a scheduler that lets me repeat things. So it's way easier to do so, right? But if you are new at posting, then I suggest at least 1 time a day, 2 times a day. If you are a little bit starting to get advanced, then do 3 times a day. But what I don't want you to do is burn yourself out. And a lot of people burn themselves out because they're trying to post so much stuff. First, get through the first 2 weeks. Post 1 post a day for the first 2 weeks. If you're okay with that and you don't feel overwhelmed, go ahead and add the second post for the next 2 weeks or, for the same 2 weeks, right? That way you don't overwhelm. And if you can't do it all in one sitting, it's okay. And if you can't do it for a whole month and you can only do it for a week, that's also okay. What I'm trying to get to is I want you to build consistency. I don't expect it right when you first start posting. I know this stuff is not for the week here. I know this stuff is not the easiest, but it's what makes you consistent. And what does consistency build? Honestly, it builds visibility, which gets you more clients. So that's what we're working for. Next, what times will you post? Like I showed you guys, I like to space it out so they don't compete with each other and just pick at least 1 to 3 consistent time slots. Okay. So now that we all have all of that, let's go fill in the slots, shall we? So do you see how I set this up? Exactly how I put it on my Google Doc. But here's just an example of how you guys will do it. So with the calendar that I gave you, if we did 8 a.m. travel quote, 11 a.m. This is it was like a video where I was doing suppliers / destinations. So like the resorts, etc. And then travel tips and then flyers. Now, if you look at the next day, I was doing theme on Friday, so it looks a little bit different, right? So I have Fact Friday, same supplier destinations. Then I'm doing a hidden destination and a meme. So sometimes I will switch it up. Sometimes I don't. Just depends on how I feel about it. But these are just different ways you guys can set it up. Look at that one. It says 23 p.m. That's funny. So however you guys want to do that, feel free to. But you want to get it set up like this. So if I were to take that and we were to go here like this, right? And then we come over here and open this calendar again. This, like, if you guys find a better calendar, then use it. But the November calendars were not good at all. So you guys get the same idea. And if I wanted to carry it through, I just this way I have it set up so I know what I'm posting, right? If I want to just do the first 2 weeks, like if I were to just do all of these here with this, then you could switch it up down here. Like there's just so many ways you could do it. But at least you don't ever have to wake up in the morning and say, hey, what am I posting today? Don't worry. We got you, right? All right, so let's continue, shall we? That's how we put it together. Now we have already set up what the actual schedule is. Now we got to go talk about how to make the actual content, right? So, calendar. Next part. Now to create the actual content. first of all, we're going to use ChatGPT to make these posts, right? We could all agree with using ChatGPT. Yeah. All right. So I already have my ChatGPT pulled up. I have my own little folder that I use. So I even come in here and do the 7-day content plan, client wins, just things like that. Ooh, a client wins is a good one. If you don't have booked this, go in there and just set up a couple of client wins. Okay. You can do that in ChatGPT. So the first one that I have here is going to be destination and point of view reels. Can't really use ChatGPT that because I have to actually take the video. So I would just save one of the videos. I might go in Canva and get some of their videos. They have some really nice travel videos lately. So let's just say, let's see what happens. They have some pretty nice ones, right? But I also would suggest doing like vertical, not sideways. There we go. I was about to say. So they have a lot of these different things, and you could slap a few of these together. And sometimes they have like, look at that, vacation calling, put your logo in the middle of that. That's what I'm saying. Okay. This would be a great point of view. Just change the background. Or you could even make this like a commercial, like for yourself. Work, travel, save, repeat, and then put your logo there. Like there's just so many things in here, right? We're actually going to be going over the holiday ones next week because they have a lot of good holiday ones too. So I'll show you guys those that you can do for the holiday bookings. All right. But rough idea of how you guys can do that for the videos. But we're going to go in and now make the ChatGPT post. So I'm going to do travel tips. I like to do 7 for the day, but I'm going to tell it to make 2 weeks worth. So basically, it's going to give me 2 different versions. So that way I'm not posting the same ones each week. I'm going to rotate them. So let me explain. Make me, which would be 14 post of travel tips. Make them under 500 characters because my system glitches if I put more in there. I don't know why. And then also emojis have the correct content formula and also hashtags. No more than 5. Okay, I have to put travel at Dash only because it does Ash Knows Travel, like it does my YouTube channel. But I don't want that. I'm doing travel Dash. All right. So here we are. Travel smarter, not harder. Don't overpack. Plan your excursions early. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I would go in here, get Unsplash, and get like somebody drinking water on a beach or something. Boom. Use Google Maps offline. Go take a screenshot of Google Maps. Boom. Right? So this is 14 days worth of content. And then I would just double it. I would use it for the entire month, right? Because there's 4 weeks in a month. If there's more, then just use it, whatever, doesn't matter. Or make new ones. But you guys get a rough idea of how that would work, right? So technically what I would do is open my Deliver It, and then I would split the screen and then have Deliver It on one side and then have ChatGPT on the other and just transfer, schedule it out, right? That's what I normally do. Okay, so that's the first one we have here is, I don't know why it's so big, but it doesn't bother me. 11 a.m. travel tips. Get rid of this guy. Also, double check when you're posting that everything's good, okay? Don't just assume that it's good because if you do like mock bookings and you tell ChatGPT to make mock bookings for you, they're not always accurate. So you have to be very precise in what it is. And sometimes I have to ask it several questions before it makes a mock booking correctly. So there's that one. The next one we have is why book with me. Okay. It's pretty easy, right? It's not bad. Man, let me tell you, I started this business without ChatGPT, and it used to take me hours to make content. Life has changed since this started. I can get in here and get out. All right. I also like to do this too because it helps me keep track of what I'm posting. Because when I'm in a scheduler, it's hard to see what I've already posted. So this way, I highlight this, go post it. I come back. I know I did this one. I'm back over here. do the same, you know? So now the last one I have is booked this. Now for this one, what I would do, I'm not going to do it now because it would take longer, but I would put in the trips that I want to talk about that I've booked, and then I would tell it to make posts based off of that. Also, you can do, I would also probably do, like if I didn't want to do just trips, I would also do like client wins. Okay, so you could do like half and half. That way you tell people exactly what you're doing for the travel community, kind of inspires them to book with you. So definitely something you want to do. All right. So that is that. That is how it works. Yes, yes, yes. So that is the part for the making the post with the chat GPT. Now the next part we would need to do is grab the photos slash videos. So I showed you where I like to get my videos from Vax. I also like to use Unsplash and Pexels for the videos. And you can use also CapCut too. CapCut's really good. CapCut I would use on my phone. I wouldn't use it on the desktop because you can't find the templates as easy. Okay, but let's go to Pexels, shall we? We come in here. You don't have to actually even sign up. Let's just say Jamaica. And I have all kinds of stuff in here. Let's do Jamaica travel because, oh, there we go. I was going to say, it's just showing us like actual Jamaica. Like, wait. Let's do some like beaches. Okay. Nice. Okay. All right. You guys get the idea? So, also, guess what? It has videos. All right. Let's do Italy. I'm going to put travel at the end so it knows what it's looking for. Oh, wow. Yeah. You guys can use these. Okay. And if I open it, I'm going to tell you it doesn't probably have any music on the back of it. No. Make sure you add music to it, okay? You always want to add your own music in yours, and you can carry it to Canva. So you can add it in there, okay? All right. So Unsplash also is pretty good. Same thing, but it does photos like this. You could do travel. That was very specific. Wow. Hey, these are actually nice. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. You guys get the idea, right? And they're royalty free, so you can use them, right? Now we have grabbing the videos. So what I would do is if I have this, right? Travel smarter, not harder. Let's go back to Pexels, shall we? And let's say what did it say? Travel smarter, not harder. Always keep digital copies. Yeah, something like this. I would post a photo like this or like this, or that's a little deep, COVID-19, but guys get the idea, right? Something like this would work. Oh, these are pretty. Something like this, so then they will understand that you're talking about the phone, right? So always keep the ID, or you could do your passport or ID or something like that. Next one, don't overpack. I would do a suitcase, right? And you could do a video or whatever, but every single post of mine has a picture with it. I honestly think they just do better that way, especially because I post on Instagram, so it has to have a picture regardless. You can technically just post the words, but you're not going to get as good a hit if you add photos and videos. So I suggest adding it to every post because you're already doing it, right? But if you're going to do where you're doing like every Tuesday, post them at the same time. Post it on the first Tuesday and the second Tuesday so you don't have to keep up with the photos, okay? But in mine, since it lets me reschedule, I would just post it once and then have it repopulate every couple of weeks or every couple of weeks. All right. So what does that mean? What does that mean when I'm saying it? Let me explain. So I will have mine set up like this. So this is my deliver it for October. So how it's set up is 8 o'clock. We have 10 a.m., 12, and 2. That's how I did it last month. So it's set up like this every day. Posts go out just like that. Okay. Now this is through Deliver It. So if you want that, I have training on it too. But it allows me to go post the same post. Like you see, I did 8:04, then 8:04, and then 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. That's what it does. So 10:02 and then 10:02. Those two match. But this was a random post. Like this depends, but you guys get the rough idea, right? So that is how I do the posting. And it takes me roughly, I would say, about an hour and a half to do it like this because I already have the chat GPT. So the videos kind of take the long part. But once I have it done, I don't have to do anything else. I don't have to worry about marketing. I don't have to say, okay, what are we going to post today? No, I've got other important things like teaching you guys, right? So it's important that, you sit down and prepare yourself for the next month so you guys can worry about other important things too, right? So here's some tips and tricks. And then, of course, I've got an awesome guide to help you do this. Don't worry, I'm not done. All right. But some tips and tricks. Definitely suggest reusing and repurposing your content always. You guys can turn these long captions into 3 shorter posts, and you can even tell ChatGPT to do so if you want. You can use the same post on multiple platforms, of course, always if you need to change the music. I will just post it without music. Like I'll save the video without music and then add the music inside each platform so it doesn't coincide, like it doesn't give you copyright. Okay. So that's what I mean by slight edits. So sometimes I add stickers just to make it a little bit different, right? Always recycle top performing content monthly. If you see something that works, you can look in Meta Business Suite and it will tell you what's working, right? Not everyone saw that post, so reuse it. It's okay. They don't know, right? We post so many times a day between Branch Up, Instagram, or Ralio, and then this. I'm posting 4, so I'm posting like almost 14 times a day. They're not going to see the same content over and over, right? Don't try and plan it all at once. Now, I can do so because I've been doing it for months, but trying to build a full month of content in one setting can really be overwhelming. So instead, we're going to start early, right? Yeah. We're going to give ourselves at least 1 week before the next month so we can start planning it. And then we break it down to 7. I did 14 times or 14 days this time, so 2 weeks, but 7 to 10 days at a time so you don't overwhelm yourself. And then, oh, this is one thing I really like to do. I do time blocks because I have ADHD. Okay. So I have to spend like 15 or 20 minutes focused on one thing, and then I'll pull up another task for me to do. And then I'll switch over and I'll complete part of that. While I'm waiting for that to do whatever it needs to do, I'll come back over here. Sometimes I do that. So this way you don't get like kind of burnt out on it. But regardless, consistency beats perfection. Okay. So small steps equal big results over time. When I first started this, posting 2 times a day was a lot. Now I'm up to 4, and sometimes I can even get up to 6 if it'll hold that many posts. But I normally have to wait till the end of the month to do more. So always start out with at least 4 for myself. But if you guys are new, 1 or 2 is good, 3 is good. You will build up into that, and then it's going to build your visibility too, because they're going to realize, right? Next. Feel free to always mix up your post types. You guys saw that. The DS can stand for also Destination Spotlight, or I even do deals and suppliers. We have travel tips, client testimonials, call to action posts, behind the scenes. I mean, there's just a lot of different things that you guys can do. So make sure you're trying out different types to see what works for your audience. Some of them will do better than the others, and then you can reuse those. But you'll never know what to reuse if you don't try different types. So every month I try to switch it up a little bit. All right. Yeah, of course. You guys already know. I have this recording will be posted here, but that's because I do this for corporate a lot. But you guys already know if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. So you guys want to see this cool guide I made you? You want to see it? It's really going to help you. But you guys know my live link, this live training, it automatically turns into a replay, right? So if you guys ever see this and you're like, oh, how am I going to see it again? Don't worry, you'll see it again. It'll pop up automatically as a live replay link, and it's the exact same training. I also will go in and upload it again without the long pauses and stuff, so you guys will see it multiple times. But let's pull up the 30 days of content in 60 minutes, shall we? So here's the Canva November calendar. If you need it, you lose it, you can feel free to have it here. But if you opened it when I posted it in the chat, guess what? It's automatically going to open again, so you're fine. Now, if you want this, comment guide for me below, okay? Because we have an engagement deal. So by you commenting guide, it helps bring my video to life, right? And I get to give you this gift in exchange. So what will you learn? I have here basically everything that we did today. We have right here. We go step 1. So in case you forget, step 2, how to build the plan, how to automate your post, and then engage like a pro. Now, honestly, this is a big deal. Ooh, I'm going to turn this into a training. That's a good idea. Engage like a pro. Reply to every comment within 24 hours. Add call to actions. Track which posts get the most saves and shares. Repost your best working content every 90 days. Perfect. Bonus Ash time saver prompts. Use these in ChatGPT. These are some good ones. It's going to add to my high converting content that I shared with you guys yesterday. But wait, I'm not done. I have more. Look at this 30-day content calendar template. If you are one of those people that need like an actual visual of what you're posting each day, I got you. Look at this. Boom. Come here. I'm also going to give you this. It's at the bottom of the guide. Okay. So you'll see it. But look, you post 4 times a day, post your time. So 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m. Date, you can put in there. We have content type. I wonder if I can open this like this. Content type, tip, deal, whatever it is. And then you can keep track of it. What platforms you posted it on. What's the post caption topic? If you want to add the hashtags, the graphic type. What did you use? Status, if it's planned, scheduled, or posted. Now, I know this is really detailed, but some of you guys have to do it this way. So for those who have to do it this way, it's included. And it's going to help you keep track of what actually works. So it's good for that. And it also lets you know if you want to change it all to posted, you can just like highlight it down and then copy and paste the word posted. It'll change. But this way you remember, I don't like when you post something, you're not going to remember what you did, how you did that, right? Now you know how to recreate it, what graphic type it was, what hashtags you used that worked, what was the caption that worked. Like this is your way to track what works. Even if you don't want to post all the days, it's still a wonderful way to keep up with what you're doing, right? And we always need to do that. So make sure you comment guide, and then we'll go ahead and give you that, of course. And guess what we're doing next week? I have to show you what we're doing. Okay. Let me go ahead and copy this real quick. And I'm going to post it in my chat. Okay. Second. And if you ask questions, just wait to the end. I'll answer all of them because it's hard for me to stop and answer questions when I'm in here. Okay. So you guys, oh my gosh, I almost stole the Microsoft Edge. All right. So you guys have that. Now, listen, next week, you guys do not want to miss this. Look what I'm doing for you guys. Tuesday, October 28th. We have holiday travel deals advisors should push now. Love that. Wednesday, holiday marketing made easy with Canva. Even better. Thursday, turning holiday shoppers into future bookers. Yay. Love that. Of course, it's all going to be here at 5 p.m. PST on my YouTube channel. All right. So if you guys like this training, please go ahead and comment and let me know how you liked it, what you're going to do. Are you going to start posting? Make sure you like this video. Please like this video. Share this video with your team members. Get them starting posting. This is the best way to teach somebody how to post because they can feel confident that they can control it, that they can know how to do it. Like you guys feel confident, right? You guys are ready to go? I am. As soon as I hop off, I'm gonna pull up Deliver It and we're gonna start posting. This way, you're walking into the month of November ready to go. Now we're gonna learn about different deals that are coming up, but you can just have these as add-ons. That's all you have to do. You already have your marketing set up, so anything that you're doing extra is just going to be more beneficial for you, right? This way, you guys have a bearing for each month. That's what I'm trying to do. So if this training helped you, please make sure you comment below and let me know. Like this video. I'm going to head over to my studio now and I'm going to repost the link in case you guys didn't get it. But I will see you guys starting off on Monday. We also have corporate training where I do the newsletters. So I'll see you guys there on corporate Zoom. But also here on Tuesday through Thursday, I will be live on YouTube on Ash Knows Travel. Thank you guys so much for attending. I'm going to head over to my studio now to answer all of your questions.